Hello everyone, Dani Zed here, and on this podcast I'm talking with Amanda of the band The Machinist from New York City. And first of all, I want to say thank you for taking the time, and yeah, please introduce yourself to the audience.
Hey everyone, this is Amanda, currently located in Queens, New York. What's going on? Thanks for having me, Danny.
Yeah, sure, you're welcome. Yeah, I just saw you that you wrote a comment that you want to hear people pronouncing your surname.
Yes,
Okay, I think I read it's like Julie,
it's July.
July, like the month.
Yes, like the month. Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, and if I pronounce it German, it will be Gjelaj.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Kind of close.
if we go with just a little with the names. um, how are you doing? Are you good?
I'm good, yeah. How
Yeah,
are you?
ah, also fine. Yeah, for me
Great.
it's already after 9 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah, it's just 3 p.m. over here. So.
Yeah, I know. So that's good that you found some time in your midday. And you just finished your tour. And was it just East Coast tour, I think?
We just finished a tour with the most recent one we did was with Applaud the
Hmm.
Applaller and Catabasis they're from Alabama and Applauder from Virginia, and we just did a couple, I guess East Coast states, more of like the southeast. Like we did like North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, and all that.
Hmm.
It was really fun though. It was a good time. And then before that tour, we did our album release tour,
Hmm.
and that was a great time. That was more the Northeast. We did that with Filth and Alka,
Hmm.
and that was unbelievable. It was really crazy the amount of support we've been getting since the album release. It's really been overwhelming and super positive to say the least.
Yeah, I saw also a lot of promotion also before your album came up, and I think I ordered, was it 3 years ago? I think I ordered your EP back then from you straight, and I know I think your guitarist wrote me back then because he forgot me to send me the EP, and then he packed me a beanie for free in the package because I had to wait like 4 months or something like that.
Yeah,
uh,
I'm sorry. I guess sometimes it gets a little hectic,
no
especially
problem. It
like.
was fun. It's okay. I forget things too, so don't worry.
Sorry
Um,
about that.
no problem. And depending on your new album, Confidimus in Morte, which came out on the 12th of April, what would you say was the difference between the recording compared to the EP?
As far as like the process goes, I mean, like the support was about the same. Our EP we recorded at Westfall Recording Studio
Hmm.
in Long Island with Anthony Lapardo, and he was really great. He helped me with my vocals for the EP and stuff, and then, helped the guys with their guitars and drums and whatnot. It was really, really smooth going. And then this time around, we worked with Ricky Armanillo, who he he was great. He was the one who pushed me to make my vocals the way that they sound
Hmm.
on the current album, and without him, I probably wouldn't have been able to really put myself out there like that and try these new different vocal styles. So for me, it was really awesome both times.
Yeah, I also saw that, was a little bit surprised depending on how you did your, I would say, more classical deathcore, death metal vocals on the EP than compared of your very, variated sound in your voice on the album. Was that your goal to achieve that kind of sound and be more variated and diverse in your voice?
um, it it wasn't really intentional. It kind of just came with like the music and like with what I was feeling at the time. And obviously, with the help of Ricky, I was able to, become more diverse vocally and
Mm.
stuff. And I didn't really want to go down that road, but I'm really happy I did because I learned a lot about myself that I couldn't do before.
Mm.
And um, it just means that I can do more than I I think I can, which is really awesome. So
you can do more than just breathe.
yeah, no, yeah,
The classic stuff.
yeah, more than just toilet sounds, but that's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I saw that. I think it was on Instagram that you practiced some ingested songs, right?
Yeah.
Just for fun.
Yep. Somebody told me that they wanted me to put up like a small like
Vocal
vocal
covers.
cover because I used to do them all the time, and so I just
Yeah.
did it one day.
So you have also a special technique how you warm up with your vocals or before a show.
I drink a lot of water,
Mm.
like a lot of water, and then I will practice to like a song that I'm familiar with, by another band, and I will just do different pitches and
Mm.
yeah, I hydrate a lot.
Yeah.
And I always need to have coffee. So that's like the main thing.
So you need your caffeine shot.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's what I do. It's very, I feel like most vocalists would say about the same thing.
Yeah.
They just drink water and just do some noises.
Yeah. Yeah, that was exactly 1 week ago. I did a podcast with my friend Malika of Abnormality.
Yep, of course.
Yeah, and she also said she drinks just a lot of water, do some vocal warm-ups, and that's it. Because I saw some people, we had also the discussion about it, that doing push-ups and everything, stretching and stuff like that. Maybe if we get a little bit older, we have to do that.
I mean, I do sometimes. I'll stretch because I have a lot of hair and it's very heavy, so I'll hurt my neck sometimes. So I have to really make sure.
I can
that
think
I'm okay
of if it's a very hydrated show, with a lot of wet air. I think they get heavier and heavier with the show.
Yeah, for sure.
And after the show, it's like 2 inch longer.
Yeah, especially from how much I sweat,
Yeah. If you're really intense on stage, it can happen.
Mhm.
And also, when we came back a little bit to the promotion about that, how did it came up with Prosthetic Records, and are you really satisfied how your co-work is or cooperation is going on with them?
Prosthetic, my band's manager helped us
Mm-hmm.
get in touch with them, and I was so excited when I found out that they wanted to work with us. I was just like, wow, for me, that's like a big label. We've never been on a label. We've never really, I guess, kind of been taken seriously as serious as we'd want to. And I don't know, it's really great. It's been great. They've been awesome with us. It's an awesome label. I'm super excited to be working with them.
Yeah, you have a lot of good bands in company on the Rooster.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely a lot of really, really talented bands. And a lot of bands have started on that label and have become who they are now.
Yeah.
So it's really awesome. Definitely overwhelming, but I'm super proud of myself and my band for getting to this point.
Yeah, and of your process the last years. Yeah.
Mhm.
And when we to the album, the first single, No Peace, and I was pretty much surprised about the music video. I didn't expect where it was going in the end. And who idea was that? And I think how did you feel in the video? I just was thinking about Bruce Campbell in Evil Dead, like saying sticky is the word probably what I'm searching for.
Yeah, definitely get that a lot, that people are like really shocked by it. The idea was between my band's manager Wesley and our friend who's also the director and the videographer for that video, Anthony, and they kind of just came up with this idea, and then I had a little bit of input, and then like our special effects artist Kelly, she also had some input. We all kind of threw our ideas in, and we came up with this. And I think it's definitely gory, but there's a point behind it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it speaks a lot more than just like straight brutal gore,
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I think within the lyrics, when you say when you make no peace with God and stuff like that, does that have for you a special meaning, or is it Was it also a song for you, you know, to went off with some bad experience or something like that?
It's a bit of both. The video obviously is a woman, or myself. I'm playing myself as it looks like this person's the victim, but really I'm the victim, but I'm just getting revenge on, like, for me, for us, it was a revenge on a rapist. So it's
Like
very violent.
a spit on your grave style, like the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So like very like, you know, like it may seem like I'm going crazy in the video, but really I'm doing it because I'm getting revenge on this terrible, terrible piece of shit human.
Yeah.
So you know, with the lyrics as well, it definitely it all ties into that whole situation, that that rape is, like, you know, something that people have dealt with. And I think that a lot of the times women, like, just really wish that they could, like, speak up or get that revenge or something, but like in the society that we live in, it's really hard to be taken seriously. Like, there's so many rape cases that just are ignored because people are like, oh, they're lying or whatever. That's mainly the whole thing, is that, oh, women lie about it and then the men just get off with it and they continue doing these terrible things. So like,
Yeah.
I feel like it was important for us to show that, like, revenge side, just for like the relation part of like wanting to get that revenge, and then also the lyrics to say that, like, you know, you think that you're gonna get away with that forever, but like, you know, at the end of the day, like, you're a terrible person.
Yeah.
And
Karma
you
is a
know,
bitch, right?
exactly. Like, yeah. So that's that with that.
Yeah. But how many times you had to wash yourself and reshot the scene?
Oh no, we didn't. All those scenes. We did a couple takes of the scenes, but there was no washing off. It was more applying more blood.
Okay.
The last scene though, with like the real intense gore, the
Yeah,
very
yeah.
end where I'm like gutting the person.
Yeah.
That was one take. Like, we only had one shot to do that.
Yeah.
So we were like, everyone was like, all right, just do it. Like, get
Just go
pissed
for it.
off. And I was like, okay. And I took like a shot of Jameson and I just wet it and just did it. And yeah.
Yeah, I think that the result was pretty good.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
I
It
think,
definitely took a while to get the blood off, though. I
yeah,
had blood in my hair.
I can think of, yeah.
It's terrible.
No. The effect you wanted to accomplish with the video, a little bit shocking and
Yes.
everything. I think the video worked well for that purpose.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, I would definitely agree, especially because we've never put out a music video that was like that. I think we have Wake Up, which is just like a performance playthrough video type, and then Sudden Death is just a bunch of live shots.
Yeah.
And so, like, for us, we were like, you know, we should really, like, kind of have like a story. And yeah, and then like the shock value of it all, like, it just, everything was building up. It starts off intense and it ends intense. Keeps people on their toes. So yeah, I'm really, a lot of people have said that they really like the video, especially because it's in POV shot and stuff.
And where did you shot that exactly?
In Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm.
At Anthony has a studio and he has like a space, and we just shot it there.
So it's not like you had the basement of your parents or something like that?
No. It was in like a warehouse type of area.
Mm. And also the music video for the Sound of Shame you did in the same way, also in that studio?
No, we actually filmed that video over here in Queens, in Long Island City, at this studio that we practice at called Otter House Studios. And we just like kind of transformed one of the rooms that we practice in into like, just like, we have black walls and stuff, and it was easier for us because we didn't have to drive all the way to Massachusetts to film it.
Yeah, sure. So we can save time and money also on gas and stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And when did you start writing songs for that album? Was it straight after the EP, or did you just say, okay, after promoting the EP and get a little bit more known, you just started writing a year ago, 2 years ago, or was it just organically, just being a band and rehearsing and writing songs?
It's a little bit of everything, but I would say about 2 years ago we were writing, but we didn't have the intention of releasing a full length. Like at first, we were just like, oh, let's, my guitarist Josh just was like writing all these songs, and they were all sounding different. And he was just sending them to us, and we were all listening and picking out the ones that we liked and whatever. And then we started recording, or we did pre-production, and that's when we were like, okay, we're gonna do a full length. And we picked out the songs that we thought stood out the most. But yeah, it was kind of hard because we had many songs to choose from.
So it was not like a concept album. You just choose what will fit and work best together as one album.
Well, I mean, at the end, lyrically, it's definitely more of a concept album. But the songs were all written in the same time. It was just there were just so many that we were like, okay, we got to figure out which ones really speak to us, which ones we can switch a couple things up here and there, and really make this like an awesome album, make all these songs really good.
Yeah. And what would you say are your favorite tracks on the album, or which you would like to play live? I also really dig the song Predatory, from its dynamic, and also your screaming is really hitting intense in that one.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we've actually been playing Predatory live. My favorite song on the album is Everything Is Nothing. And then if I were to choose a song after that, it'd probably be Paradise Lost. And those are my top two favorite tracks on the album.
And you also played them live on the tour?
We played Paradise Lost, Predatory, Sound of Shame, and No Peace. And then we also included two of our old songs from the EP, The Crippler and False Hope. Yes. And that's what we were playing.
Yes, so you were opening on the tour, or have you been the second band? I don't know. How was the order?
With the Applaud tour, we were the second. We supported them.
So you had a 30-minute set? Or?
Yes.
I think, I don't know, is Applaud Impera still on Unique Leader Records?
Yes, they are.
Yeah. So was the tour organized also by Unique Leader?
I think it was organized by them and Artery Global, the booking, and I believe that's who did it.
Yeah, and depending on touring and stuff, you have a bigger touring plans for this year, or maybe even sometimes in the future Europe?
I know that this year, don't know when, but we are definitely planning a full U.S. tour.
Okay.
That is definitely something we want to do. We want to see all of the United States. We want to meet all of our fans, meet our friends, and do that, because we've never done a full U.S.
Yeah.
And then for going to Europe or the UK, I would love to do that sometime. Maybe next year. Hopefully, we can start the ball rolling to get over there, because I feel like Europe's scene is so much different from the scene in America. I don't know. I always see my friends touring over there, and it just looks like people are always at shows, and it just seems different. So I really want to experience that. And
it depends. It's like when US people come, mostly it's packed, but also depending on which city you are coming. Like where I live in south west Germany, in the Stuttgart area, there is the hardcore stuff is going pretty well. But death metal shows are my friends playing in bands sometimes pay on top when they make shows,
Really?
Yeah, but not every time, but just sometimes. But I just say, if you go to the NRW area, there's much more going on with death metal. So like the festival, if you heard about the festival Death Feast Open Air.
I believe so.
It's a pretty known one where a lot of bands are playing. Yeah, just come over here. We have good beer. That's no problem.
Oh yeah, that's great. Yes. I do like a good beer every now and then. So I actually have family that lives in Germany.
Yeah, you have?
Mm-hmm.
From which side? Your mother's side?
My mother's side.
So
they moved over there from Montenegro.
Okay. So they are not coming from Germany. They just moved there.
Yeah, they just moved there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. When we go a little bit back to your vocal team, what would you say, or just start at your beginnings? When did you start doing vocals, or just had the intention to do it?
Um, I I started at a very young age, and I saw I tell everyone this, but I saw OTEP, and I
Hmm.
was like, wow, like a woman screaming like that is something I've never seen. It's always been like male dominated, and
Yeah,
so I
that's
was
true.
like, I want to be like that. Yeah, you know. So I was like, I want to be like that, and then I started just like practicing, and then I joined a band when I was 15,
Hmm.
and I just kept going on from there. And you know, I was always into doing gutturals though.
Yeah.
I liked I liked gutturals, so I always did that up until very recent.
It's just went on practicing. I also think that there, I had a little bit the same discussion with Malika, that I think the last 10 years a lot of bands with women in the front just came up, and or it's just, I don't know, maybe just more in the social media going on or something like that. Uh, but I think it became much more that women want to sing harsh music.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like we're sick of just being in the back or being, you know, the girl at the show. Like we want to, you know, we all have talents too. We should be taken as seriously as men are. And uh, it's just, I think it's really awesome that all these women are finally starting to like sing in bands, and they're like crushing it, or they're playing guitar and they're getting,
Yeah.
you know, all these sponsors and endorsements, and, you know, playing drums, whatever. Like I've met so many women just in the past 2 years that are all amazing, talented musicians, and they're all kicking ass, and they're taking no shit, and there's no titles, and there's no, you know, oh, she's just a girl. Like, you know, people are taking us seriously, and that's what we've always fucking wanted.
Yeah, getting more and more equal in the music scene.
Exactly.
Yeah. And can you name some more bands besides OTEP? What you say influenced you a lot?
Um, Definitely. I think I was 15 when I first heard Waking the Cadaver, and
Mm.
that's when I wanted to do gutturals. And I was like, wow, this is awesome. Like, I love that band. And Cradle of Filth, I
Hmm.
used to always, like, just shriek. And I was like, Danny Filth's voice is so great. And then, you know, and then, like, that big deathcore era from, like, 2007 to 2010 was, like,
You know, the
Suicide
MySpace bands
Silence.
exploded.
Yeah, all of them, you know? Whitechapel, Suicide Silence,
Yeah.
all those all those bands, Ingested, like. So those are some more influences. Currently, uh, I really one of my favorite vocalists in the entire world is probably Travis Ryan from Cattle Decapitation.
Yeah, yeah.
And
He did some really cool things on the last album. Um, when he also tried to vary it a lot. I started listening to Cattle Decapitation starting from the first album when it came out. I think I saw the cover in a magazine, and I just bought it. Yeah, and from there on, that it is. I think I recorded them also, but I think it's 3 years ago on some Death Fest here in the area. I think I've still the full show on my channel going on, and yeah, for me, Waking the Cadaver had some really cool mixing of that ultra guttural gory stuff, and then also mixing it with the New York hardcore style from the rhythm.
mhm,
That was pretty cool back in 2006, I think, when they came up.
mhm,
Yeah, and
mhm.
in 2008 they already played the Death East Open Air Festival I mentioned before, and that was a really really sick show. And I also saw them when they were supporting Napalm Death here.
It's so awesome to see how far they've come to, and they're still doing things.
Yeah, I think I don't
Such an
know
awesome band.
how long they were on hiatus status. I think for a couple of years, and now they are back.
Hmm. I think they're starting a tour with Cognitive in the U.S.
Yeah,
like this week or something.
yeah,
It's
they are also
awesome.
coming. They're also coming back in summer here in Europe.
It's awesome. One day we're gonna go there. One day we'll be in Europe.
Just come. I'm here. I wait.
All right.
I keep a cold one for you safe. No problem.
Okay.
And but no, if no, in my reviews also which one I did for your new album, like I do some comparisons. But how would you compare or describe the style of the Machinist, or do you think there is no comparison you can make? It's just what you're doing.
I think that we have our own sound,
Hmm.
to be honest, and that's kind of what we've always wanted, was to just have our own sounds. Because like with the new album, I think that there's a lot of there's hardcore influence and metalcore, death metal, black metal, like a little bit of everything. But when you blend it all together, it sounds like us. I wouldn't say that we could compare ourselves to anyone. This is our sound.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah, sure. That's if you combine the stuff what you like and make it to your own and something like that. And that's also when you say black metal. That was the song "Everything Is Nothing," right, where you had all that European black metal sounds inside.
Yeah. Yes.
That was the first thing I heard, and the rhythm and stuff, and the double bass, which is like a carpet under everything. I said, okay. They remind me to my teens in the 90s when I listened to a lot of black metal stuff.
Yeah, no, it definitely. That's why it's one of my favorite songs. I like black metal, so I think that song is just like super. It's just evil sounding, and
Yeah. So you have some favorite black metal bands lately, or what have you listened lately to, or some favorites?
I listen to a lot of like Mayhem. I like Belphegor. I like Celtic Frost, Emperor. I mean, sometimes I'll listen to occasionally some Burzum. There's a lot. I feel like I even like some of the newer black metal bands that are out, like Advent Sorrow from Australia.
Mhm.
They're great. They sound old. Like I like that. It's not. They have like a very old school black metal sound to them, and they're great. You know.
Yeah, I can recommend you if you're searching for newer black metal bands. I just made a review for a band which is based in Norway and also in Tehran in Iran. This all-star band. There's also some guys from Gorgoroth and Mayhem and stuff playing in there for the instrumentals. It's called From the Vastland or Vastland.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I can send you the link. It's a pretty cool band. It's already the fourth album. It's also available on Spotify, and it's a really thick sound, and like it's totally true Norwegian black metal 90s style. Pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. You saw the movie with the little brother of Kevin Alone Home, the Lots of Chaos movie.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, you liked it?
I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I was watching.
I thought it was like, I don't know. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I wasn't like upset about it or anything.
No, not upset. Me too, because in the end of the 90s or around 2000, I read the book, and now to see the movie was just enjoyable because all those things happened then, and I was like in my teens, and also in the beginning of my 20s, something like that. I was also like, we were always like telling the stories. How did you know Mayhem? They were wearing some parts of the skull of the dead singer and something like that, and then showed it in the movie. So it was pretty funny to see that.
Yeah, I know. I read the book Lords of Chaos, and when I saw the movie, I was happy just because it was pretty much what I read in the book.
Yeah.
So I was like, they really grasped exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Pretty well. So I liked it. I thought the movie was great. The acting was it was funny. It was cool. I don't know. I liked it. It's good.
And also one of the most funny parts was that Varg Vikernes, he was getting so angry that he was played by a Jewish actor. I think that was from the filmmaker, another fuck off to him, some kind of.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And also, do you use a lot of the streaming services when you're listening to music? Because I like to ask that question because I like to discuss the evolution of that streaming services and asking people how that affected or affects their bands in a positive or negative way.
What do you mean by that?
You mean something like do you use for your band something like Spotify? I think your album is on Spotify, but does like this streaming services affect your band in a positive or negative way?
It's definitely a more positive. Like a bunch of our songs have been included on like different playlists on Spotify and Apple Music, and I think it's a positive thing because people who've never heard us and just have these playlists available on their phones or on Spotify or whatever, and our song comes up, they could discover us if they've never heard us, if they like it or not. And for me, for us, it's definitely been way positive.
Yeah.
I don't think that could be a negative thing, having your music streamed and people listening to it.
I think for small do-it-yourself bands, it's nowadays pretty much easy to get the stuff out and not like sending demo cassettes all around the globe and something like that. So it's much faster than it used to be.
Yes, but there's also people that still like to have the physical copies of albums.
Yeah. Did you see a picture of my collection?
Yeah. I have nothing compared to that.
I'm about 4,000 CDs at home.
That's so insane. That's amazing. I collect some vinyls. I have maybe like 100 vinyls.
Then you have more than me, because vinyls I don't have so much. I just have some classics, Discord, Cranial Impalement, First Cannibal Corpse album and stuff like that. And a lot of
awesome.
Lot of crust and grindcore stuff, which is just available on LP, like 7-inch splits and stuff like that.
Little 7-inch, yeah.
Yeah, it's just 2 songs. I just saw that there from the last Slayer album, there is a box set available where just 7 inches are inside, and on each side of this of one single there's one song.
Really?
Yeah, it's like I think 8 7-inches in a box, and one side is just one song. So it takes some time to listen to the whole album because you have to change the LPs all the time.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty cool though. Like, imagine just one song on one side.
Yeah.
It can be annoying, but it's kind of cool.
Yeah, there's something like people remind of because it's special edition. I need to have that.
Right. Exactly.
Okay, I think we are already over 30 minutes, and I'm pretty much through with my questions. Is there something you want to say or something you want to talk about?
I just want to say thanks for, checking us out and supporting us. I've never had an interview with someone from Germany before on a podcast, so this is like, for me, this is like super exciting, and it makes me feel like I'm finally being recognized for, doing something that I love doing so much. And so thank you so much for, supporting me as a vocalist and my band, and hopefully you get to see us when we come to Germany, whenever that may be.
Yeah.
And we can meet in person and all that.
I'm looking forward to it, and also thank you for taking the time. And yeah, as a music maniac as I am, I'm always looking for new stuff and support and do my thing. The last 5 years, I'm not a musician, but this is my way of supporting.
It's and what you're doing is amazing. So thank you, seriously.
Yeah. Okay, then I would say have a nice day. For you, it's also already just midday, so you will go to work now, right?
Yes, I will.
Okay, then
it would be great.
then just enjoy your day and have a nice weekend going ahead tomorrow.
Thank you so much. Have a great night. Thank you.
You too.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.